What's good, y'all? What's good? Welcome back to the Passive Income Network. My name is C. Will, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. And to everyone else, let's get it in, y'all. Let's get it in. So, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today on this stream, and I think y'all going to be really interested in today's topic. Today's topic is why Algorand deserves more attention and XLM is right behind it. And when I mean XLM, I'm talking about stellar lumens, and obviously I am talking about Algorand, um, the Algorand blockchain. Okay, so as you join this stream, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you hype this video up because this live stream here, we're gonna debunk some of the stuff that's going on in crypto. And if y'all have not been paying attention, there is some stuff going on, and I am talking about exploits. Okay, I am talking about the problems that some of these blockchains are having. And again, Algorand deserving more of your attention is because of these reasons here. Okay, so as we begin, join the stream, say what's good, leave a comment in the chat. First thing we're gonna do though is let's look at some charts. Let's look at these crypto market caps before we dive into the main topic. Crypto currently as a whole is at $2.55 trillion. Okay, $2.55 trillion. Fear and greed index at 55. So doing a lot better since I talked to y'all last week. Okay, and the average RSI is at 49. Meaning once this thing gets over to 50, once the RSI gets over to 50, this is going to be really bullish for all of crypto. We're really close, y'all. We are really close. And then as I look at this, we got Bitcoin sitting slightly below $76,000, up 2% in the week, $1.5 trillion market cap. Ethereum sitting at 2,300, XRP at $1.42. BNB 630, Solana 85. So prices are relatively staying the same right now. And I think that's at least good. It's not going down. That's at least good. Now, so when we go to our main story of today, this is interesting. So I'm going to give y'all a little update of what's been happening. And I hope y'all been paying attention. This is, again, why Algorand deserves more attention and XLM is right behind it. I'm identifying these blockchains because they don't seem to have these type of issues. Okay, so these products here are based on Ethereum. Okay, they're on Ethereum, they're on Base, they're on these type of things, but mainly Ethereum or Ethereum clones or forks or something of that nature. So this happened on Aave. Here we go. Very interesting. So wrapped stake ETH. So that's when you stake your ETH, it gets wrapped and you can do other things with it. So you basically have a derivative of Ethereum and your real Ethereum is on Aave being staked. So the wrapped staked ETH markets on Aave V3 and Aave V4 has been frozen. They froze the accounts. Aave's contracts have not been exploited, and this is an exploit related to wrapped staked ETH. The freeze follows an exploit of the Kelp DAO wrap staked ETH bridge. Freezing the wrap staked ETH markets prevents new deposits and borrowing against ETH collateral while the situation is assessed. We are reviewing information about wrap staked ETH borrows on Aave that occurred after the exploit, and we will share more details on this as soon as possible. If the protocol accumulates bad debt from this incident, we'll explore paths to offset the deficit. Uh-oh, not good. And then you have this one here. The Arbitrum Security Council, now this is a layer 2 of Ethereum. The Arbitrum Security Council has taken emergency action to freeze the 30,000 ETH being held in the address on Arbitrum 1 that is connected to the Kelp DAO exploit. The Security Council acted with input from law enforcement as the exploiter's identity and at times weighed its commitment to the security and integrity of the Arbitrum community without impacting any Arbitrum users or applications. After significant technical diligence and deliberation, the Security Council identified and executed a technical approach to move funds to safety without affecting other chain, state, or Arbitrum users. So they freezing accounts, y'all. Exploits are happening, okay? This is one of those things where you're like, damn. And then we go to this post here. We got Justin Sun of Tron. So he's obviously promoting his blockchain. He says, he tweets what I just read, y'all. He says, okay, I'm officially announcing the most decentralized blockchain in the world is Tron. And then this is a shot at all the ones who are actually decentralized, okay? And then you go, wait a second here, Mr. Tron. And then you get Mark from the Algorand Foundation. He says, unserious. Unserious. Why did he say unserious? It's because of this type of information right here I'm showing you. This is a great post here. Tron relies on just 27 active validators to produce blocks and validate transactions. Algorand has 1,000 unique plus block proposers and 1.4 thousand unique voters in the past 24 hours. Just leaving this here. And for y'all who this is a little bit over your head, what we're saying is this. You have a network of validators, which are like people running a node on a software or a data center or something of that sort, okay? I run a node on Algorand. You run a node and the node protects the blockchain, its data, its information, leaving it decentralized so you can't compromise it like Aave's been compromised, Arbitrum's been compromised, at least some of their contracts. You can't compromise the blockchain's data and information easily. It'd be really hard. And Tron having 27 of them means it's actually not that decentralized. It's 27 basically computers that run the whole blockchain. That means they can be compromised. That's not that many. If an exploit happens, you know, or some type of digital coup, those 27 validators can coordinate with each other. What this post here is talking about is Algorand has over 1,000. That means all around the world, different laptops, devices, hardwares are proposing blocks and making sure that the blockchain continues to stay on. Solana only has a few as well. XRP also. A lot of big blockchains only have a few contributors. Algorand is actually decentralized to the point that it is spread all around the globe, and people like myself plus institutions are running nodes. They're running software, hardware that make sure the blockchain is secure, so you don't have these type of issues that I just read to you about. That's part of the reason there. So very interesting. So that's some of the drama there, and again, why Algorand being decentralized is very important. Okay. And Tron, Justin Sun, he's capping right now. He's capping. And this is a simple thing right here. I'm gonna play this video. This is a video I wanted to show talking about this decentralization. Let's play it.
5 reasons why Algorand is one of the most decentralized blockchains. 1, pure proof of stake. Algorand's staking model allows anyone to stake their algo to secure the network. But it's not just any proof of stake network, it's pure proof of stake. In most proof of stake networks, block production is dominated by large stake pool operators who lock up huge amounts of tokens. Algorand does it differently, as validators are randomly selected by anyone holding algo. There's no delegation, no minimum stake, and there are no central pools, allowing for a more fair and distributed network. That's what real decentralization looks like. 2, community over centralization. Earlier this year, the Algorand Foundation dropped its share of the total network stake from 63% to 21%. That means the community now holds the majority, 1.54 billion ALGO, around 79% of all staked tokens. Power to the people! 3, a worldwide network. Algorand validator participation has almost doubled, with thousands of nodes working in over 70 countries. When a network has thousands of validators across different regions, it makes it really hard for anyone to manipulate it. 4, decentralized governance. Algorand has governance that's fully on-chain and open to everyone. Algo holders can vote on key proposals, and XGov allows for dedicated community members to vote and fund new projects from the Algorand treasury to shape the future of Algorand, its community, and its network. 5, no central servers. Algorand is moving to a peer-to-peer gossip network, meaning every node can connect directly with other nodes organically and quickly across the network with no central servers. No central servers, no central authority, no central governance, no central network validators. Study Algorand.
And that's why Tron was capping. Tron was capping. I need to return. Yeah, if you left Algorand, maybe you need to return if that's what you mean. Let me know what you mean by that. But yeah, straight up. So that was one of those things where you're like, okay, cats over here capping, they capping, and they capping. So that's what I wanted to show you. And then, like, you know, when you go look beyond certain things, right? Remember I talked to y'all about the X402 agentic commerce and all of that. So this is a post about this here. Cointelegraph says, today Coinbase's X402 launches Agent Market, an app store for AI agents to access services from dozens of major providers. Okay, so services leaderboard, Anthropic, that's using Claude and some of their language learning models. And you have XAPI, that's posting on Twitter. Banker, that's infrastructure. That's crazy that Banker's on there. That's actually huge. Google Flights, okay? OpenAI, Perplexity, DeepGround, CoinGecko, Grok, Google Gemini. So a lot of language learning models, obviously airline flights, and then infrastructure, and that's Banker on there, which is actually kind of crazy. So shout out to them, the agentic marketplace, y'all. And yeah, I agree. I left, but the door looks good and open to return right now. Yeah, 100%. Price is at a point where I believe it could only really go up from here. And also, I would say, based on this information we're talking about, it's in a great position. So yeah, so we're looking at this, you know, 71,000 unique buyers, 13,000 roughly unique sellers. This is the agentic marketplace where AI agents are buying and selling, right? Data and information, tools, access. So, and there's only one crypto thing that's in number 3. Mind blown, in my opinion. I am mind blown about that. So we'll talk about Banker some more in another time. But yeah, Anthropic, XAPI, Banker, Google Flights, OpenAI, a lot of services there. So when you go look at this next piece, we have only days after Coinbase merged X402 implementation, the first transactions started rolling. The agentic commerce era is about to begin. So this is someone who, I guess, put a product up, right? 10 cents received for the X402 payment, 3 cents received, 3 cents received. So these are multiple notifications of microtransactions. Microtransactions. Microtransactions, you need a smooth blockchain to make this happen. Algorand with the speed, the scalability. We just talked about decentralization, the security, the quantum proof transactions, right? I don't know if we've had any exploits on Algorand. The blockchain doesn't shut down. Fees are very low. So you can do 10 cents, 3 cents transactions for an AI agent, right? Definitely makes sense, okay? Definitely makes sense to me. So then we got something else. This is more related to Coinbase as well. So this is a post from the Algorand account. Another day, another industry leader recognizes Algorand's post-quantum technology. Today, Coinbase released a paper detailing post-quantum implementations by blockchain. Algorand is cited as one of the first and only chains with functional post-quantum security on mainnet. So about a week or so ago, Google talked about this. Now Coinbase is talking about this. Big Fortune 500 companies. Algorand is among the first blockchain platforms to deploy post-quantum signature schemes in production across both consensus-related mechanisms and the execution layer, following a staged roadmap toward full quantum readiness. At the transaction execution layers, Algorand already provides the cryptographic tools necessary to support quantum-resistant accounts, The network recently executed its first post-quantum transaction on mainnet using the names of system, integrating verification as native virtual machine primitive. So essentially, Coinbase and Google is recognized that like Algorand's already ahead, right? And I just showed you the agentic commerce that's happening. Okay, I think again, why Algorand deserves more attention, and XLM is right behind it. This is very important. Security, y'all. Microtransactions. This is the wave of the future, in my opinion. And obviously Google and Coinbase's opinion as well. So now let's just get to some of the other news I thought was interesting that I would like to share with y'all. Okay. We have this here by the Algorand Foundation. And this is about the Pera Wallet, the main wallet. Okay. You've always known shared private keys are a bad idea. Now there's a proper alternative on Algorand, introducing shared accounts on Pera Wallet ALGO. Whether you are managing family finances, a DAO, a business treasury, or institutional custody, set up a multi-signature wallet today. So count number one, initiate transaction and wait for others to sign as well. So if you got like again, family or business, y'all holding algos, y'all holding Bitcoin, y'all holding Ethereum, USDC, you're making transactions, especially big purchases, shared accounts. So you got two homies, two business partners, you initiate the transaction, they hop on their device, they initiate the transaction, two signatures signed it, boom, massive security. This is great for people working together. Easy to set up, Pera Wallet is cooking. And if you ain't know, now you know. This is Pera Wallet, definitely the wallet I use. Shared accounts. Shared accounts include a multi-signature experience designed for humans, no custodians, no workarounds, no shared seed phrases. Flexible, 2 of 3, 3 of 5, weighted, sync, async flows, full ledger support. To all the businesses, DAOs, family builders, if multiple people depend on funds, one key shouldn't control them. Self-custody structured for you. That's crazy. And then obviously maintenance and security updates. I love it. Okay. So now let's go check this one out. This is big updates. I'm gonna have to dive in deeper on some more of these videos. So if we look at this post, this is interesting here. This is about All in Crypto says, big Algorand news. Algorand just featured in a United Nations report on real world blockchain use. The UN mentioned ALGO multiple times and talk about 2 different real use cases happening today in Sudan and Northern Macedonia. Okay. UNDP, United Nations Development Program. Here's the quote. I remember Whole Chain a few years ago when I was in Dubai at the Algorand conference. I heard their presentation. Whole Chain records key supply chain events and stores them as tamper evidence records on the Algorand blockchain. Each fuel batch is tagged with a QR code or standardized barcode so that every handover can be scanned and logged. So they're scanning supply chains on the blockchain using the Algorand blockchain. And Lavazza Coffee also does something similar. I think I'm gonna have to really hit y'all with a mega deep dive. Okay. Now here's another update. We'll go deeper into all of those I'm talking about on another live stream. Let me know if y'all want me to go even deeper on the whole ecosystem of Algorand on the live stream. Type ALGO in chat. So this one here is Trade. They've been talking about this for a while. The on-chain perps venue built for serious capital, perpetuals. So everyone is launching perps. Very few are redesigning to solve the difficult problems. Trade started with a broader question. What would an on-chain perpetuals venue look like if it were actually designed for serious capital, where assets stay native, large orders can trade without broadcasting intent, collateral works harder across strategies, and the venue has a better fail mode when markets break? The problem with today's perps, and they go about the trust and security, execution quality, facts, capital efficiency, stress, and then stage 1, native exchange to infrastructure. So essentially, they're talking about building on Algorand, which makes sense. They've been doing this for a while. At a high level, vaults on every supported chain. Smart contracts hold assets natively where they live. Ethereum, Solana base, the list goes on. No teleporting assets to another chain as wrapped versions. Okay. So they have a non-custodial design. Essentially, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. What they're saying is portfolio margining, dual money yields, cross margin. Let's go to the bottom and see if they give me a quick summary. Okay, here we go. In closing, Utrade isn't trying to win by tweaking funding formulas or just adding another points campaign. We're building the foundation of how assets move, margin, and earn across chains. And Perps Next is where that foundation goes to work. Native assets, native yield, unified margin, no bridges, no custodial traps. If you're a trader, builder, or fund who wants to trade on this new surface area, now's the time to plug in. Join the testnet waitlist on our website. Next up in the series, how this architectural enables. So what they're saying here is they're building perpetuals, y'all. Perpetual futures, basically, for crypto. And obviously, traders, that's what they like to do, especially institutions. I think that definitely very, very important. Okay, definitely very important. I'm into trading. Many of y'all are too. But the issue a lot of time is some of the things that I skimmed through that they pointed out is funding rates. It is like, can I trade Bitcoin? Do I have to trade a derivative? Can I trade the real thing without some type of wrapped version, slippage, and funding? Usually it's about funding. So we're going to be following that story. And if they can do this correctly on the Algorand blockchain, which they've been building this for like 2 years, it's going to be very exciting. Okay. Again, so today we talk about why Algorand deserves more attention, and XLM is right behind it. And I know before y'all say anything, I didn't even really talk about XLM at all, actually. So we're going to have to add that in on another stream. I'm short on time today. However, I wanted to speed run you through some Algorand information. And then what we're going to have to do is double down, y'all. We're going to have to double down and go deeper. So again, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Type ALGO in the chat, XLM in the chat. Any topics you want me to dive deeper in for what you heard today, let me know and we'll get to it, y'all. Until the next time, peace.
Passive income, gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.